EA Games.
Challenge everything.
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
This. Yeah. For Spearhead, it's really hard. Oh, you've been playing. I thought you said you've been waiting for Spearhead. I was gonna say. Yeah, Spearhead, it's somewhat hard, but it's much easier than Allied Assault was. Allied Assault was insanely difficult. Spearhead is much easier, surprisingly. But Breakthrough is like basically killing your brain. It just is constantly killing you. Just like, my god. And then it's just like, it takes away your ammo to where like you have to really try and really, really try just to even survive and break through. It's like, oh, it's almost a reason, like, why they call it breakthrough. It's like a breakthrough in your own mind because of the insanity you'll go through. Yeah, breakthrough is extremely hard. Way, way, way too hard. It's like, imagine Medal of Honor Allied Assault, like normal Medal of Honor Allied Assault, or even Spearhead, but at Dark Souls difficulty to where they can instantly just kill you. Like, there is sections of the game where, like, you actually have to protect people, and they can instantly headshot those guys as well. So, like, your whole mission is over at that point. So you actually have to keep, like, really, really trying to not be shot. Otherwise, you could end up dead. Plus all the ammo issue, like, to where, like, they don't give you a lot of ammo, like they do in Allied Assault or Spearhead. In this one, you're really struggling for ammo. So it is the toughest one. Even at any time, they can kill me with explosions over here. See, just like that, they just kill me with explosions. And it's completely random, as well. And just like that, they killed me with an explosion. See how random it is? It can even be over here, which is ridiculous, which is at the starting line. went all out with this game. Somehow that explosion almost killed me. Which was nowhere even near me where I'm at beside this rock. Fight back with. Oh, great. Save! I just don't want to save scum. I just prefer to use the in-game saves. And yeah, that does make it even more difficult, but it's also just you get more skilled in the level itself. So if I ever wanted to go for a speedrun of this, I could. If I knew the exact route, which I'm learning it very slowly. Time. Like how long it takes to actually fire again, but whatever. That's the thing with a sniper rifle. Action. See, I know that the explosion will happen to the left, so I go on the right side instead. That rock. Now if I stay on this side, I shouldn't be blown up. It just takes a lot of time to do it. Okay. Now we just gotta wait for the explosion to happen again. Go, 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 go. Here they come. Watch out! waiting for the explosion to come on in. There it is. Now I just gotta run. Because I learned that you can get up to this spot.
Watch it!
There's the help. There's the help. Give me it. Darn it. So I need to run inside that building. And then, like, shoot rockets at the tanks. Learning the strats. Ow! Someone hit me. I'll have to remember those snipers next time. Bush, come back. Back up this way. Him. Gotta wait for the new guys to come down this road. Back up. Reload. Ready to fire. Reload as I'm running up here. this wall. Blow up that tank. All these Germans. Oh wait, that's my guy. Down? Please don't die. I mean, I can come back pretty easily to this area. Where that grenade is. My guy is also protecting me, so that's good news. That's a grenade. Game saved. Saying about dying? Got the save point. And this is the fun part already. I get to shoot these guys with a shotgun. So even if I do have to start this part over, so what? I can shoot more Germans with a shotgun. Like that. Why did I just pick that up? Back here. bulletproof vest on. Yeah, that's what it seems like. With how many bullets I put into them. But sometimes they even shoot them in the skull and they just do not die. Dang! That's a lot of them in there. Oh well, we can get the shotgun again. Yes! Me shotgun! Thank you! 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 What, you want me to do a 1 HP run? No way. I already had to do a 2 HP run earlier in the game. Saying thank you or feck you or fuck you. I'm saying feck you, it's basically the UK appropriate version of fuck you, basically. But it's feck, so it's instead of the U, it's an E. So it's feck. Not fuck, feck. F-E-C-K, there you go. Yeah, it's feck, basically. Apparently, that's a more, like, an appropriate term, if you were to even use it in church, versus fuck. I don't know why. But apparently that's a more appropriate term. Also, the Irish like to use that term as a lot, like, fecking hell, basically, rather than fucking hell. Alright, you might as well just kill me now. Come on. You threw a grenade and somehow just, like, got hurt extremely badly. Thank you.
Schnell weg!
Is he saying stay back? Thank you. Chuck grenades down the stairs. I'm down here. Dang, I was doing so well the first time, and now I'm just doing absolute crap. Right to the scrotes.
Gib dir beim nächsten Mal mehr Mühe!
We want going. How'd you survive a headshot, buddy? Especially with a shotgun shell. Oh, also, I do have Call of Duty Finest Hour ready to go. So no matter what, we are playing Call of Duty Finest Hour today. Because, here's the thing. On Friday, apparently Turkey, which is like one of the people I actually hang out with sometimes on Twitch anyway. Basically, he's planning to do some Red Dead Redemption on the PS3 online. So, by Friday, we have to be getting the PS3 into an unmodded mode. So, Tuesday through Thursday, which is today is Tuesday, and then all the way up to Thursday, we're doing multiple games on the PS3, and we're gonna basically just keep doing that. So basically, what we're gonna do is, right after this game, no matter if we finish it today or not, after this game today, we're gonna do Call of Duty Finest Hour. Then, once we beat Call of Duty Finest Hour, then we're gonna split off to two different games. We're gonna split off to Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, and no wait, not Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, Call of Duty 2, and then we're gonna do Medal of Honor Frontline as a secondary game of the day, and then we're gonna do Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, and if we're still doing Frontline at the point, we'll still do Frontline as well. Then, like when we get done with what is it? Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, we get to Call of Duty 3, and basically after Frontline Medal of Honor, we do Medal of Honor on the PS1, then Medal of Honor Underground, then Medal of Honor, I think it's, what is it? Rising Sun, European Assault, then Vanguard. So, yeah. That's a lot of stuff that we have planned while this is going on until basically Friday. And then Friday, what we'll do is probably do a morning game. Then when Turkey comes along for his night, like, because he's trying to get some achievements in Red Dead Redemption Online for the original Red Dead Redemption. He's got the Game of the Year edition. I'm going to try to help him out. But in order to join him, we're going to be playing in official servers. So I have to unmod my PS3 and then put it back to stock mode and then update it to the latest version of the operating system on the PS3. Then we can play with him on Friday. And then basically I'll put it back in modded mode. And then we can keep going at like some more PS2 games afterwards. So yeah, we got a lot to do this week. Because apparently Turkey's trying to go for achievements on the PS3 and online games. He didn't tell me until yesterday. I have Call of Duty Finest Hour installed in the PS3 right now, so once we get done with this, it's all ready to go. If we manage to finish this game off, what we'll do today is watch the bonus CD. If I can get it working with an OBS.
nichts, mal mehr Mühe.
Yeah, the reason why we're going for Frontline for Medal of Honor first, for the Medal of Honor series, is because people wanted to see Frontline. There's so many people who wanted to see Frontline. I was like, alright, okay, then we'll go with Frontline first for the Medal of Honor series on console. Then, because Underground was the next in voting, we'll do normal Medal of Honor and then Underground, so that way it's like in a series sort of thing. And then afterwards we'll do like Rising Sun and all the other ones that's on the PS2. If we can fit them in. If we can fit them all in, that would be nice. Hitting me through a box. Alright, bud. Time to die. What? My own grenade bounced back to me. So now I just drag on the ground. Why is that, game? Well, thanks for the follow. Playing Breakthrough right now. Sorry, what game?
Wir haben ihn!
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you. We can blow it. Here we go. Wait, that didn't kill me? How is that not killing me? Blows up a tank. Interesting. Right to the throats. right in a tank. Let's go. Gotcha. Gonna hunt you down like velociraptors. SDG? Yes, I'll take it. No way you died from that. Unless I get you with a headshot. They got him in the shoulder, basically. What? Oh, that must be like a hole in the wall. I hear that. I knew I heard movement. Okay. Need more of you? Coming. Bring it. Sounds like someone's from the left. Seriously, someone shooting over here? They're not it? Great. I heard that. Keep checking grenades, I don't know why. Uh-oh, I heard that. Alright. Down here. Any more of ya? Dang it! Thought the whole room was wiped out. anything coming down here. That's it. I'm coming down. You shoot me through the wall, I come down and hunt you. I heard that. Where are you walking? Fire! Come for you. I heard that grenade throw. Fire, fire, fire. I heard that. All that. Let's do that.
Ja, beim nächsten Mal.
I heard that. Come down this hallway. Come here. Oh, crap. Grenade. Alright, that's it. Going straight for you. I don't know exactly. You laughing about you being dead? They're gonna try to surprise me from behind. Yep. God, could you imagine if I just used the RPG on that dude? Shot him across the hall. Okay, cool. Awesome.
We're being overrun!
Game save. Finally. First call from the castle tower. Is that the final thing that we gotta do? Get in there. Okay, what the fuck is going on in here? What, you thought you were gonna hit me with your gun? I don't think so. I have a shotgun. As in one shot to your body, you're dead. What? You thought you were gonna win? Hate to tell you, buddy, but I have a shotgun. A rifle round. Ow! What the crap? That was weird. Where you going, buddy? I don't think so. Come back another day. That's one of my men. shot you. Think not. Crap. Shot at you. Wasted one of my shots. For you to run out the door, you didn't even want to tell me. Ah, crap. Get in there. You get in there, not me. Back that door. Ah, shite. More on the floor. That.
Confirm the target is the castle. Over.
King 3, confirm on target is the castle.
Roger that. Angels. Do you copy? Do you copy? Angels! Damn it! Transmitter's busted. I'm heading down there to fix it. Cover me. I'll give you the signal to confirm the airstrike.
failed to protect the communication tower. Oh! I thought that was him. I was like wondering who in the hell that was that was just running over there. It looked like a German soldier, but they were just acting like they were supposed to do it. It's like, okay. Dang! Me? Oh, here's some more bullets. I keep extra bullets on hand just in case if there's someone arming the bomb. Why did my bullets not do anything that time? What? How? They don't work that quick. That'd have to mean that, like, he's literally planting the bomb as I was backing up. And still, even if he was, there's no way he could do it within that quick a time. Watch them, they actually do a long animation. I mean, like, look how long it takes to do that. insane. Blown up on all sides here. What? There was nobody standing on it. You gotta be joking, game. Seriously? Immediately, right off the bat. Right there, on it. Wow, game. Come on. Stop with the explosives. Oh, come on! So because they blew up one of their own guys, it just ignites the bomb. Yeah, that's fair game. I get shot and I have to fucking not see anything. What the crap? You gotta be joking, game. So that dude right there is the other one that I gotta worry about. In theory, I should be able to just, like, sit up against this wall here. What? There was no dude there! There was no dude there! Then suddenly there's a guy there within a split second and blows it up. Like, look how long this guy takes to get here. I say here, there's no guy there, and the other time, now there is, of course, this time, but, like, seriously, within that split second, there's no way he could have appeared. Really watched him fucking have to walk up to it and arm it. It's not like he just teleported the darn thing. we got this guy. What? My bullet did nothing to him. I shot. He didn't even get phased. Was it just because I'm being shot and my bullets do nothing to anybody? What is this crap? Remember, there's 3 guys that can blow you up. No doubt there'll be more, because the game likes to be a dick like that. I hit him! Come on, game! If I hit him, it should deactivate it, like it does before. Watch, the moment I get up, there's gonna be a dude on it. Now we got this guy. Hit him! For feck's sakes! Why do my bullets not do anything to these guys? Serious. So if I aim at the other dude, they teleport one guy in. Firing game. sorry, what? My bullets do nothing to this guy? And my bullet didn't do anything to him. At all. Why? Why is this a thing? I'm sorry, I'm firing? Game? What? What is that shit? There's gonna be a dude right over here. Why am I being hit so badly to where I can't do anything? What the hell, dude? Stop sticking your schlong in my face. You. Fire! Fucking hell! Why? enough with your explosives. Sorry, what? Sorry, what? Sorry, what? How many bullets do you have to put in that guy? I had to put 3 fucking bullets into him. What? Why? 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 Come on, game. You stop sticking your schlong in my face. Fucking hell. Yes, this is totally fine. Totally fine, game. So you have to combat so many of them in one go. You have to combat the explosive guys, you have to combat the snipers, you have to combat anything and everything. Trying. Trying to kill them all. It's just so dang quick. They just keep sending more explosives my way. Like this guy. And he resists bullets. What do you mean, Baker, now? Excuse me, I am dead? You got a 360 no-scope every single one of these guys, basically. Reload, reload. Really? You know what would be much more helpful, dude? Is if you gave me several bullets to a machine gun. No, we gotta do it the hardcore way. How many more bullets do you have to put into him? He wasn't budging. I put bullets into the dude, and he's just like, what is this? Basically. Look for any sus-looking characters, basically. How did I do this? Yeah, it's ridiculously hard. You got bullets coming up at you. You've got these guys that's trying to blow up the darn thing. Basically, look for any sus dudes. Shoot them on sight immediately. The moment that they're sus. Confirm here. Go, 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 go!
Angels inbound. Get clear now. Over.
Woo! Get out of here, Germans! Get out of here, you filthy Nazis! God. What is that noise? Woo! GG! We finally beat Breakthrough! We beat Allied Assault! We beat Allied Assault, and then we beat Allied Assault Spirit, and now we've beaten Breakthrough! Oh my God! Woo! You have to like keep walking backwards, fire, walk 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 backwards. And it's like, holy crap, and all the bullets from everywhere. And it's just like, it's like, those old like battle royales where just like, just keep jumping back and firing, keep jumping back and firing. Because every single place you're getting shot, it's like 360 no scope. It's like, look around the corner, boom. Look around the corner, boom. Look around the corner, boom. GG, easy. What do you mean? That was not easy. That was not easy. That is the most difficult World War II game I've ever played, but it's well done. Holy shit. Oh my God. That was ridiculous. I wonder if anybody else has beaten this game at all, because dang, that was hard. Like, I wonder how many of these testers have actually beaten the game as well. My God. They would not make a game like this these days. Finest Hour, we'll do it later, but we're gonna watch the bonus CD first. Because there's a bonus CD that comes with Warchest, and there's some videos on it from the War Heroes. I always try to show the bonus content. I didn't even have to hard save even once that entire game. I don't think I hard saved at all during Spearhead either. I think we only hard saved once, and that was during Allied Assault. Other than that, I just allowed like checkpoint saves to happen. So I did that with the most insane difficulty levels ever. But it was on medium as well. But like, the thing is like, I didn't cheat and use saves. I just let the autosaves work. And that was still absolutely ridiculous. You should speedrun it? Oh my god, speedrunning this game would blow my brains out. It is like trying to do a speedrun when my brains were already like exploding most of the way through this game. Created by Steven Spielberg. There he is, once again, Steven Spielberg. he ever got involved with any other games. But yeah, there is no way I would even dare to speedrun this game. Because my brain was just like, help, the entire time. Whoa, whoops. What the? Anyways, here we go. So we got, let's see, Medal of Honor LSL soundtrack, strategy guides, combat information, and exclusive interviews with World War II Pacific Theater veterans. That's what we'll be looking at as the interviews. So yeah, we beat Medal of Honor LSL, Spearhead, and Breakthrough. 11 single-player levels. That was 11. Dang. Let's take a look at this. For gallantry in action against an opposing armed force, Sergeant John Baker, Special Forces successfully completed a tremendously difficult tour of duty in the European Theater of Operations. We got Africa Star as well, awarded by the African nation in grateful recognition of service against an opposing armed force. Sergeant John Baker, along with your entire regiment, despite being heavily outnumbered, managed to prevent the advancement of enemy troops in Africa. For surviving a fatal glider crash on July 10, 1943, and holding off the advancement of the Axis troops, Sergeant John Baker, Special Troops, successfully completed a tremendously difficult tour of duty in Operation Husky. For discernible contribution to the operational air-land assault against armed enemy forces for the events surrounding September 28, 1944, Sergeant John Baker successfully radioed coordinates that obliterated Battle Mountain enemy forces at Monte Battaglia. Woo! What are these other two medals for? While I'm messing around trying to get that other part in, you guys can listen to music in this game. I will be around a little bit later, so don't you worry. I will get some Call of Duty in later, so don't worry. You'll have some fun trying to watch. I'm just trying to take a look at this disc and how to boot it exactly. Because it's MPG files, I'm trying to learn how this works.
As I said, I was on the... tan for... As I said, I was on Bataan for approximately 3 weeks. As I said, I was on Bataan for approximately 3 weeks when
Alright, chat, I got it working.
As I said, I was on Bataan for approximately 3 weeks when General King ordered the surrender of Bataan. I, along with my battalion that I was attached to, was surrounded by the Japanese soldiers. They took all our arms, naturally, and then pushed us back out on the road near Marvelis. I was on the death march for 2 days and 3 nights. And during that period of time, I saw hundreds of Filipinos and Americans shot, bayoneted, their heads cut off with swords by the officers for the slightest infraction, because the weather was so hot. We were in 110 to 120 degree weather. We had no water, we had no food, we had nothing. And if a man left the column to relieve himself, he got shot. If there was a puddle on the road and they saw that, even if it was muddy and no matter how it is, the men were so starved for water, so thirsty, and they ran over to get a drink from the muddy water, they got bayoneted or shot. On a 100-mile march, there were some 60,000 Filipinos. During the course of that march, 12,000 Filipinos were killed and 600 and odd Americans killed. in figuring that out, statistically, that's approximately one soldier or one human being every 30 feet. And when you look at it now, it's pretty ghastly and pretty cruel. I knew I couldn't take this I wasn't going to last long myself. So during a rainstorm, there was a lot of lightning and thunder and a lot of noise. I dove off the side of the road and into the jungle and worked my way deeply as I could into the jungle and get away from the column. Took me approximately 4 days, I believe it is now, to work my way back to Marivelis, which is the closest that I could get to Corregidor. And I gathered up some wood and debris that was there, tied it together with anything I could find, and worked myself out into the bay and swam back to Corregidor. I would say that it took me a good 10 hours that I was in the water, not knowing at the time, but found out later that it was shark infested. But evidently I wasn't good enough to eat. And they weren't interested in me, thank goodness. But anyway, when I got close to the shore on Corregidor, then the Marines started firing at me. This time I'm happy to say that evidently there was a bunch of lousy shots because they missed me. Anyway, when they finally recognized that I wasn't an infiltrator, they come out and pulled me into shore. And luckily, because I was pretty well gone by the time I got close there. There is a picture of me in the National Geographic magazine showing a bunch of GIs out in front of the tunnel, and I happened to be in the front with my hands up. It was a propaganda film, a picture by the Japanese, and I don't know how I managed to get there, but I did.
We came across a very large bomb crater. And in the bottom of the bomb crater was some collected rainwater, horrible looking stuff. And the lieutenant, exercising discipline, held the men back from plunging down into that thing and filling their canteens. He said, "Okay, Doc, you gather up canteens and you go down there and fill them up." But anyway, I foolishly laid my pack down in my carbine and took the canteens and the halazone tablets and went down into the bottom of this bomb crater, laid out the canteens, and here I am with two hands, with a canteen each in hand, in the water, and 13 Japanese tanks attacked. Could hear them coming, and I sort of looked up, and I could see them. Here I am really out there, no weapon, just helpless. I couldn't get up and run up the side of the bomb crater and head back to my area. It was too late then. The tanks were in and around us and firing, and the Marines were firing, and the Shermans were firing, and God, things were flying through the air. But they were swarming all over the place. And we had, by that time, this is D-Day, landed General Sherman tanks, 5 of them. And they're pretty agile, too. They mounted like a 155 gun, pretty powerful gun, and they were very well armored. They were quite agile themselves, but these 13 tanks threw themselves upon the General Shermans, much to their, and the General Shermans just knocked them out. Just incredible. Though the Shermans were firing as fast as they humanly possibly could, blowing those little tanks off. The riflemen were throwing tons of fire into the tanks. The tanks were easily punctured. They didn't have a chance. But the point was, one of them comes up on the edge of the bomb crater and is trying to depress the cannon. I guess they decided, forget it, we can't get the gun down there anyway, so they backed off, and then bang, the Sherman hit it, and the turret went up in the air about 20 feet and spun around, and that was so much for that one. But it was just intense. It was so noisy, you just couldn't believe it. And the intensity of the fire was just incredible. The Japanese were firing artillery down into the area, and the tanks were just, it was a suicide attack. They just lost their entire tank force, bang, in one hot 10 minutes. It was incredible.
Buzo had been a sergeant major of the constabulary police, I believe. When the Japanese came to Guadalcanal and the Coast Watcher had to hide, Buzo then became a very important element because he commanded the police there. They literally guided us across that island, and if it hadn't been for those natives carrying stuff, carrying food for us, ammunition, guiding us, scouting for us and all that, I don't believe that we would have been anywhere near as successful as we were. So Buzo, as you know, I think everybody knows the story of how he was captured by the Japanese and was tortured. They stabbed him with a bayonet under the throat and under the ribs and in his genitals and everything, and they tied him to a coconut tree. And because they had found a little American flag on him, and they knew that he was scouting for the Americans, and they wanted to know where our lines were, and he wouldn't tell them anything. And they just stabbed him for hours and tortured him until he passed out. And they thought surely he was dead. So they just left him hanging there. Well, the old rascal chewed his way through the rope, and then he crawled for something like 3 miles, crawled through the jungle back to our lines to tell them where the Japanese lines were. So the Marines venerated him, which I always thought was kind of funny because we had a lot of Southerners who would not let a black guy into the same restaurant they were in. And in those days, there were a lot of young Marines from the South and a lot of NCOs. They loved this man. They venerated him. I don't think they ever noticed what color he was. But he was just a terrific person. And the natives and the Australian Coast Watcher and Mather they were just our life preservers. And due to them, we were able to function very well behind the Japanese lines. I think they were our secret weapon.
There was a machine gunner named Mitch Page, and he had just a platoon of machine gunners. But, a machine gun fires 550 rounds per minute. But they had beefed up their machine guns so they'd fire 1,000 rounds per minute. And the Japanese, they always attacked at night because they didn't think the Americans were very good fighters at nighttime, and also they weren't used to fighting at night. They were used to fighting in the daytime. But the Marines were ready for them. And when they hit the barbed wire, Mitch Page yelled out, "Fire, machine guns, fire!" And all these guys, they opened up. There were about 925 Japanese that were killed. And most of the guys, they were either killed or wounded because there were so many Japanese. And Mitch, he was wounded, but he wasn't wounded severely. He stayed up there all night long, and he'd go to machine gun that the guys had been killed, so he'd make the Japanese think that we still had a significant force. And then he came back, and there was an empty machine gun. And he was running towards it, and a Japanese was running for it. And so he got there first.
and there was a string of ammunition, 250 rounds, down on the ground. It was on the grass. And he fed it into the machine gun, and he pulled the round back, and it put it into the chamber. And then you pull it back again, it goes in, and to get ready to fire. And he was getting ready to pull it back to fire. He says, my jaw was just frozen stiff. I couldn't move. And at that time, the Japanese, who was about 30 yards away, he had a Nambu machine gun, one of their own, and he had a clip in his machine gun, and he fired at Mitch. It was only 30 yards away. It was almost a shot that you couldn't miss, and the bullets just went right in front of Mitch's face. And then Mitch was able to pull back the lever on the machine gun and went into the chamber, and he swung it around, and he killed a man. Mitch took the machine gun right off of the tripod and lifted it up, and he said, it was red hot. It was burning my hands, because he says, I was so excited, I didn't even feel it. And he said, first, I had learned a little Japanese when I was playing baseball before the war. And he yelled out to the Japanese that were off in the background. He said, stand up! And so these Japanese, being very obedient soldiers, they stood up. And Mitch took his machine gun and mowed them all down. And then they attacked, and they went down there, and there were no Japanese left. The battle was over.
Just about daylight. Most of the men, including myself, had suffered from extensive battle fatigue because we had been awake for over 48 hours, and we were just about wiped out. I knew that we had to have some reinforcements, and I discussed this with my sergeant, Sergeant Johnson. And he said, we don't have any reinforcements. I said, well, they'll be charging us any minute. We can't hold them off. He says, I know it. I said, well, what about tanks? He says, we don't have tanks. I says, yes, we do. I just saw them unloading down the beach just before dark last night. And he says, well, then go get them. So I gave my Browning automatic rifle to my assistant and took his M1, and I started running down the beach area to where these tanks were half a mile or a quarter of a mile away. Well, I had gone perhaps 100 feet when the silence was broken by a bugle blowing charge. This is the bugle that's written up in some of the official reports. Well, as I was running down the beach and I heard this bugle, I thought I'd been shot, and I thought it was St. Peter blowing his trumpet for me. And I turned around and looked, and here was a Japanese bugler standing out in front of their lines, plainly exposed and blowing charge. And it sounded something like this. Something like that. He played charge through completely once, and nobody moved. Marines stuck their heads up out of their foxholes and looked around like, hey, what's going on? He started to play charge again. On about the first note, he got shot by a Marine, and here they came at us, and the battle was on. Well, I speeded up my attempt to get the tanks up there, and I was back up with 4 tanks in about 15 minutes. When our tanks got there, and I was in the first tank, by the way, but I jumped out just before they got to where my foxhole had been. And the Japanese turned their attack onto the tanks. And the battle lasted for close to an hour before all the Japanese were annihilated. That was the only thing that saved the Japanese from penetrating our lines at the beach road at the extreme left flank, and if they'd have done that, they could have penetrated behind the lines for the entire operation. So the men on to our right would have had Japanese in front of them and Japanese behind us. Historians have said that Tarawa was the heaviest fortified piece of property during World War II. More heavily fortified than any piece of real estate even in Europe. By rights, no Marine should have ever set foot on Tarawa. The Japanese admiral there in charge of the island had bragged that it would take 1,000,000 men 100 years to take Tarawa. but the men of the 2nd Marine Division did it in only 76 hours, and that was something absolutely incredible. We lost over 1,000 Marines, something like 1,026 that died during the battle. More died later on. There were 5,000 Japanese killed. And if you put it together, Tarawa was the bloodiest affair for the 76 hours of combat of probably during the war. Let me describe how the guns and the machine guns were placed against the seawall. They were very cleverly camouflaged. There was not too much distance between them, maybe 75 to 100 feet in most cases. The Marines that were coming in facing one machine gun nest were not only facing the fire from that gun, but they were also facing crossfire from the guns on the left and on the right, so that every Japanese machine gun position had cover crossfire from the ones on each side. It was most difficult. I don't know how anybody ever got ashore and survived, but somehow they did. Tarawa was bombarded for several days before we landed by some of our battleships and cruisers and destroyers. It was also attacked by our aircraft to the extent that they thought that nobody could survive on the island. And a day or so before we landed, they gave up dropping any more bombs because they thought it would be useless. And we were told that we would just sort of go in and just mop up the defenders. They didn't think there would be many people alive. Wrong. Those fortifications were so strong that many of them could take a direct hit from a gun from one of our battleships or a bomb and still survive. They were incredibly strong. As a matter of fact, the Japanese admiral's command post was a large concrete building that had double walls to it. The walls were something like 2.5 feet thick. And in my book, I show photographs where shells from our 16-inch battleships gave it a direct hit and failed to penetrate the inner wall. The fortification had to be taken by the Marines on foot, hand-to-hand combat. And I just wondered what the Japanese admiral thought when he saw Marines coming into his command post. Those that got ashore in the first few hours were stuck onto the very narrow beach in front of these machine gun nests. They finally managed to knock out these machine gun nests by basically going over the top of them and then attacking them from the rear. That was their soft spot. All during the first day and up until about noon of the second day, all of our forces were concentrated in the very narrow strip of beach in front of the seawall. Finally, about noon on the second day, it was decided that if they stayed there, they'd all die. So they thought they might as well take a few Japanese with them. They charged up over the seawall and finally succeeded in taking the island. In my book, I talk about what demoralized the Japanese. And according to one prisoner that we took, he said it was not our shelling, not the bombing, but it was the sight of the Marines that kept coming and kept coming. He said we could not stop them. They overran our defenses and took the island. The Japanese military had a history of winning all of their battles for over 2,000 years. It was not until Guadalcanal that they suffered their first defeat on land, and that was by the hands of the U.S. Marines. Defeat or surrender was not in their vocabulary, but after Guadalcanal, they began to get the idea.
Well, the thing of it is, your adrenaline kicks in, and you can lift heavier weights and man heavier hoses than you could ordinarily. 2 men can't hardly hold a 2.5-inch hose with the fire pumps going at full blast. But we did it then at Pearl Harbor, and half the time you couldn't see, except you see a little flame now and then. And you kept the hoses going because the flames were burning on the water towards your ship. And if they're burning all around the stern of your ship,
first you fan the flames back, and then you keep them from coming towards you, and the wind was blowing towards us. So we were just fighting and fighting. We had, of course, we had whites on, and the whites we had to throw away after Pearl Harbor. We had to throw our uniforms away. Everything you touched was black. It's black and oily and smelled bad. All the bodies were burning, and it's indescribable, really. It's so horrible that you put it out of your mind afterwards. If you don't, why, you'd wind up going over the edge. So actually, your rage saves you in a battle. You get so pent up, and your adrenaline kicks in, I guess they call it, that you fight. Well, it's a battle to the death, and they were machine gunning us while we were manning the hoses. We just hoped that they didn't hit us, and they hit the deck behind us. We could see the splinters coming up behind us, but we kept fighting the fire, and we saved the Tennessee by putting the fire out. This one cruiser sunk about 5 miles from us. 2 planes dived right into it at the same time. Two kamikazes hit it, and one of them hit forward. I guess they hit the ammunition. A great big pall of flame went up. The cruiser sank within just a few minutes, but they got most of the men off, and we picked up a lot of them because of the sharks. The sharks was attracted by men falling in the water, jumping in the water. We sent riflemen out to shoot the sharks in the water to keep them from getting the guys that had to abandon ship. They'd shoot at sharks around them so that they wouldn't attack the men. Sometimes you see blood come to the surface of a shark. Sometimes they would turn belly up, but it was real bad because a cruiser has around I think 11 or 1,200 men, and they all had to get off. But they got most of them off. That one ship that I saw sink.
Well, chat, I think that's all with that.
EA Games. Challenge everything.
Okay. So with this, we have finished Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, Spearhead, and Allied Assault Breakthrough. We have covered the bonus content of, let's see here, exclusive interviews with World War II Pacific Theater veterans. I think there's just a soundtrack that's also on here. But that's pretty much it. So, let's see here. More than 50 single player. Hold on. What? More than 50 single player. Something's not right about that. In the back of the year it says more than 50 or single player missions. How much was the first one? Where is the stuff for it. It should say this is the first one. 30 levels. And the second one has 9. And the third one has 11. So 39, 11. 30. 41. I guess 50. 50 single player levels and 29 multiplayer levels. Interesting. 48 authentic World War II weapons. Crucifying CD or other details. That's basically what it was. This is the World War II veteran thing that we just watched. That's pretty much it. So we've covered the entire series of Medal of Honor Allied Assault. We've covered the main game, we've covered Spearhead and Breakthrough. And then we got the bonus content, so that's good. Alright, let's check and see who we're gonna rate up. Peachy is playing Final Fantasy XVI. I don't know what one that is, but let's go rate her up. She does like a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff all the time. So what was it? Raid. Control V. Alright, so later we have Call of Duty Finest Hour. Then, basically, when we beat that game, we go on to Medal of Honor, Frontline, and then, like, Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1, and all that stuff. Anyways, I gotta set up that stuff for the PS3. Well, technically, the game is ready on the PS3. We can start it right now, but I gotta get my cables ready for the controller and everything, because PS2 games will only play with the PS3 controller, won't play with the PS4 controller, so I gotta find the cable for it. Anyways, so I think that's all. Oh, we also have Call of Duty 2 ready to go at some point after we do Finest Hour, because then we can do Big Red 1 after Call of Duty 2. That's right. Alright. Anyways, get you guys later.